Good morning, students. Today, in the front-end design tool VB.NET, we will discuss a very important topic, that is exception handling. So, let's start. Exception handling and code access security. These two topics we will discuss today. In exception handling, what happens, we have written programs in C language, and when we are writing a program, sometimes we have seen that you have written a code in such a way that your system is hanged, and in that way you just use alt control then, and you will have to close the program. In that case, it is not possible that do something anything to just do your program very well. Or so, but in this exception handling feature, exception is an you can say an runtime error, which will be handled with the help of this exception handling. So what happens? Suppose you are writing a program, 20-line code program you have written, and there is a one error in line 16. So your program is running, and there is a error somewhere, and from where the error is there, the rest of the program will not run. So we will see how the exception handling is done in this. We are having four keywords we are using in exception handling in VB.NET. One is try, catch, finally, and throw. And after that, we will also discuss code access security. So let's start. What is an exception? An exception is a problem that arises during the execution of a program. So exception arises during the execution of a program, or you can say it's at the runtime exception can occur. An exception is a response to an unexceptional circumstances that arises while a program is running. So when you are running a program, and many times it happens that an exceptional situation occurs. So to deal with such type of situation, exception is response to that, such as an attempt to divide by zero. So the example is divide by zero. When we are divided a program mathematically, we are getting infinite, but in this computer, when you are dividing a number with a mm, zero, so it will be a this sort of error will not handle by the computer. So this is an exceptional circumstances. So exception is dealt with such type of situation. Exceptions provide a way to transfer control from one part of program to another. Mean to say, exceptions providing a way to transfer from control from one to another. Mean to say, suppose when you are writing a program, somewhere you have written this divide by zero program. So whenever we will see there is a this divide by zero, it will raise an exception, that divide by zero exception, and it will move further. Mean to say, the control is goes to another thing. So your program is running as usual. You will just get one error or exception, that is divide by zero error, and the rest of the program written by after that, it will be run very smoothly. So VB.NET exception handling is built upon four keywords. So whatever the exception handling we are seeing in this VB.NET, it is based on the four keywords. One is try, catch, finally, and throw. Try. Let first of all we will say try. A try block identifies a block of code for which particular exceptions will be activated. It is followed by one or more catch blocks. So whatever the code which it is having error, we will write the code in the try block, and after that, a try block can have a catch block, or it can have more number of catch blocks. So a try can have one catch or many number of catches. Suppose a program is having only one sort of, or it may arise only one sort of exception, so we will deal with only one catch. But if the program is may have, may have multiple exceptions, then we should, catch these multiple exceptions with the help of multiple catch blocks. In a catch block, we will write how we will handle this error which will be produced by the try block. Catch, a program catches an exception with an exception handler at the place in a program where you want to handle the program. The catch keyword indicates the catching of an exception. Try block will throw the exception and the catch block will catch that exception. So please remember that a try block can have one exception or many catch. One try block can have one catch block or many catch blocks. Finally, the finally block is used to execute a given set of statements, whether an exception is thrown or not thrown. For example, if you open a file, it must be closed whether an exception is raised or not. So whatever the code you will written in the finally block, it will be executed whether your exception raised by the try, whether it is cached or not cached. It is not caring all these things. The finally block must be executed. For example, which you have given here, suppose you have opened a file. So whether you have raised an exception that your file is open, it must be closed and not. But if you have written this thing in the finally block, so this file must be closed, whether an exception is raised or not. Okay. Now throw. A program throws an exception when a problem shows up. This is done using a throw keyword. Throw exception is used with the help of the throw keyword. Now see the general structure of an exception. First of all, try is there. After that, try statements will be there. Whatever the code you are writing, it will be written in the try this. After that, exit try will be there. Now the catch exception as type. Here you will write what are the which type of exception is this. When expression will be there. And after that, you will see catch statements. So here you will write different catch statements. Okay. And exit try. After that, catch, there can be many catch blocks. So it is appear, and finally block is also there. It may have finally block. So you can have a try block, catch block, multiple catch blocks, and in finally a finally block. So this is a general structure of an exception. Now see a very simple program. In this program, try dim number as integer. In VB.NET, when we are declaring any variable, we are writing before that dim. Dim is used to declare a variable. So here number is a variable as type integer. Similarly, result is also a variable of type integer. So dim num as integer, dim result as integer. Now we are assigning the value 100 to this integer variable number. And now what we are doing result equals to number by 0. The value of number is 100, but we are dividing it by 0. So since it will raise an exception, since we are attempting to divide a number by 0. So what will we'll use message box, MSG box to display the message in VB.NET. So the result is %result. So whatever this catch, now the try block, now we will use this catch exception as exception. Here exception we can also use EX, EXE, whatever you wish, you just a name, but here exception as exception, here E should be capital because it is marked as a class. Now message box, this exception catch here. So now this is the try block, this is the catch block. In this only one try block is there and one catch block is there. Now here we are writing finally, in the finally we are MSG box, we are writing this finally block must be executed. Now we are just end the try block. Here we will end the try. So this is end try. We will start from here, try block, we will write the code, we will write the catch block and finally block, and then we are writing the and try. So in this way, you will write a exception program. Second, in the earlier example you have seen, this is try, catch, finally. All the three things have been demonstrated. Now we will see throw exception. Exceptions are objects that are encapsulate in irregular circumstances, such as when an application is out of memory. So when an exception, as we have discussed, exception are exceptional conditions. For example, we have seen divide by zero. There could be some cases like when you have opened a file, it is not closed, or when an application is out of memory, or when a file that cannot be opened, an attempted illegal cast, you are making an illegal cast, etc. So there, these sort be, irregular circumstances or exceptional circumstances. So here the exception should be raised. These exceptions objects that describes an error are created and then thrown with the throw keyword. By using a throw statement inside a catch block, we can change the, we can change the reusing exception. So you should throw exceptions only when an unexpected or invalid activity occurs that prevents a method from completing its normal function. When you should throw it only when it is prevents a normal completion. If it is normal completion, no need to throw exception. But unexpected situation arises or invalid activity occurs, then you will have to throw an exception. So you can throw any type of throwable object using the keyword throw. It interrupts the method, and anything after the throw statement would not be executed unless the thrown exception is handled. So if you have written throw, it interrupts the method, and anything after the throw statement would not be executed unless the thrown exception is handled. Until unless you will not handle the thrown exception, it will not, Now we'll see a very simple program for the catch, for the throw. So here again we are using on try block. In the try block we are writing dim 0. Again 0 will be a variable of integer type. Here we are assigning 0, variable 0 to 0, and dim value as integer. Here we are again doing the same thing, 100 by 0. We are dividing a number 100 with the 0, and again we are making a val equals to value plus 1. Catch ex as divide by 0 exception. This is divide by 0 exception is the name of the exception. Now after catch we are writing throw new. It will make using an object, that is why we are writing new. Throw new divide by 0 exception, and here in this statement which will be print, please don't try to divide by 0, then x. Please don't try to divide by 0 and x and try. So here the throw statement will throw the divide by 0 exception. So in this VB.NET, if you want to use throw, you can use it after the catch, and whatever the exception. Here you just written catch ex as divide by 0 exception, but with the help of the throw, you are making the object of the divide by 0 exception class, and in this you are putting the statement that is please don't try to divide by 0 and try. So this is a simple example of the throw. So exception handling in VB is done with the help of the mainly 4 keyword, that is the try, catch, finally, and throw. Now let's see another topic that is called the code access security. So what is code access security? Let's see. The .NET framework provides a mechanism for the enforcement of varying levels of trust on different code running in the same application called code access security. Mean to say different code running in the same applications called code access security. Code access security in .NET framework should not be used as a mechanism for enforcing security boundaries based on code origination or other identity aspects. Code access security and security transparent code will not be supported as a security boundary with partially trusted code, especially code of unknown origin. So if the code is of from unknown origin, it will give warning that you are using the code that is from unknown source or not known source. So there could be a security issue. So please see this. Then you will move further. We advise against loading and executing code of unknown origins without putting alternative security measures in place. So this is about code access security, a very small, simple topic. Now in the next, we will start, unit 2, that is introduction to VB.NET IDE. Okay, thank you. So I will stop here.